Okay, so can you completely disinherit your spouse? So maybe you and your spouse, you and your husband, you and your wife, you're having issues, and you're just thinking, hey, I don't want anything to go to him or her. Maybe you want something to go to, a boyfriend, girlfriend that you have, or whatever the reason. And maybe you all agree, right? Maybe you all decide, hey, what's mine is mine. I'll have it go to my family. What's yours is yours, goes to your family. So can you do that? Well, in Florida, it's going to be difficult unless you have what's called a prenuptial agreement or a postnuptial agreement, right? And you've probably heard of that. Basically, before you get married, you would do a prenuptial agreement. You each get your own attorney, and you're going to decide who gets what of our stuff, right? Maybe you come into the marriage with a house and you say, that house is mine. I get to leave it to whoever I want to, and you're okay with that. Maybe you even say, hey, whatever we accumulate during the marriage, we'll divide up 50-50. The money that I have from my job is mine. The money you have from your job is yours. We divide that up. A postnuptial agreement is maybe you didn't do it in the beginning, right? Maybe you didn't have anything and you weren't concerned about it, but now you've accumulated some stuff and you're thinking, we want to do something a little bit different. I don't want him or her to get everything. And so you go do a postnuptial agreement, which is same sort of thing, but it's done after you've been married. If you do that, you're probably going to be fine, right? That's Florida law is going to look very favorable on that. But if you come to my office after you've been married and you say, look, can we do a will? Can we do a trust? And we don't want anyone to get anything. Even if you all are in agreement, my response is most likely going to be, hey, we need to do some sort of postnuptial agreement, right? Or you need to get a postnuptial agreement done because, again, Florida law looks very favorable on the spouse. And even if you're both in agreement now, let's say later down the road, the first spouse passes away and there's a surviving spouse. There's a very good likelihood that the surviving spouse, if he or she wanted to, could go to the court and say, look, judge, Florida law doesn't allow us to really disinherit the other one. We didn't have a prenup, we didn't have a postnup, so I'm still entitled to a percentage, to a share, depending on what the asset is. So in Florida, it is possible to completely leave nothing to your spouse. If that's the route you want to take, even if you're in agreement, do a postnup, do a prenuptial agreement. Trying to leave it that way just in a will or in a trust is most likely not going to work.